Hello, my name is Duncan, and I'm here with my business partner,
Trenton, Merkel.
and we are here to propose our newest Guide to Great Big City for Generation Z. Okay, so to start off, we have tourism trends. So for Generation Z, the main tourist trends are going to be coastal areas, mostly because of the beach and ocean. Most younger people really want to go there. The weather also is really nice, always hot and pretty cool. Cities, major cities going to be like New York, Los Angeles, or just any kind of city in any state. And then with the cities, they come places to eat, so that's just going to be another reason to incorporate these into our brochure. Next, we have both the Disneys, so Disney World and Disneyland. Those are obviously going to be huge tourist points, and those are definitely things that we need to include. And then culturally diverse locations. These are just anywhere probably from the coast. We should definitely include because of the high population. And then restaurants or coastal areas, again, these are probably going to be the biggest tourism points just because of the population and how much diversity they have. Okay, so moving on to specific info, we're just mainly going to need to talk about cities, of course, because that's in the name. Climate. Climate is probably one of the biggest things that people need to know before they move somewhere or go there, because that's what they're going to have to be dealing with for the rest of their lives, basically, if they choose to live there. And culture, people come from different backgrounds, and you're probably going to want to pick an area with the culture that best fits you or your background. And then diversity, again, just picking an area that's diverse is probably going to be the better move. So mainly for our thing to talk about, we're just going to talk about how to get by in a big city, which is the goal of our magazine. So cities are huge and fast moving with lots of people. People tend to be rude and they don't have time for anyone but themselves. So in our brochure, we're going to need to have a lot about job descriptions and about the importance of work ethic. Okay, and to gain needed information, I'll move that to my partner.
To gain needed information, we will simply host interviews and conduct research to big cities. We will interview everything from multi-trillion dollar companies to local mom and pop restaurants.
Right, so basically all we're doing here is we're just in addition to all of our information, we're just going to interview, huge companies, see what they're looking for, and just to local mom and pop restaurants, and see what kind of work and job experience that they're working for, just to have a better chance of them getting a job.
Gen Z's voice and branding is important because Gen Z makes up a huge chunk of the population, and most of us will be adults soon, but some of us are still younger, which basically leads into the Disney World idea.
Yep, right. So Gen Z, they're a huge fraction of the population, and some are still kids now, but some are very young adults. So by incorporating this in our magazine, it's going to have a huge impact on this up-and-coming rising generation. Okay, so moving on to marketing strategies. Essentially, all we're going to have to do is just make ads and billboards with brochures. And
for ads, they can basically get everywhere, as Gen Z has many electronic devices that they can display ads on, which will bring it some more popularity.
Yep. Okay, so just for a quick review, we mainly discussed information on the big cities. So through doing that, we're going to gain information through interviewing huge companies and small companies, and also we're going to have information on the cities in general, how to get a job, how to keep the job, what to expect from people, because city life is completely different from some other areas like the Midwest. We're going to talk about weather, tourist attractions like Disney, and culturally diverse locations. And for specific info in there, we're going to talk about cities, climates, diversity, and culture. And
for more information about this, if you want a job or something in the big cities, you can definitely visit their websites or read more about the brochure.
Yeah, right. So basically, our brochure, it's extremely important that we make one specifically for Gen Z, because this generation is the up-and-coming adults, right? So, and right now, not many people are, actually taking advantage of this, and there isn't much information being posted for Gen Z. A lot of people complain about the school system not teaching, how to get by in adult life. So what this brochure is going to do is teach these younger children how to get by in adult life. And yep, that is why you should definitely make the Guide to the Great Big City for Gen Z. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.